Well, once I completed the cybersecurity courses at college, I obtained my associate's degree at Baltimore City Community College, and I obtained my bachelor's degree from University of Maryland Global Campus. I wasn't fully clear on the different sections of cybersecurity. I decided to go with the Certified Network Defense certification because through my research, I found that it was a vendor neutral um, program, and also it focused on network defense. It didn't go over the networking piece where you're building networks and subnets and things like that. It focused on defending the network. So the CND certification helped me to get the job that I currently have. I am basically a network administrator, for lack of better terms, at Baltimore City Community College. So it gave me the tools and the skills that I need to even qualify for this job. It offers a higher pay grade. It gives you more growth, more growth opportunities as well. So I felt it was a great way to start getting into the cybersecurity field. As far as defending the network, I had previously taken the certified ethical hacking course with EC Council. That course basically gave me the mindset of what an attacker would do and how they would do it. And with that information, I felt it was important for me to know how to defend the network against these attacks, how to notice these attacks or find these attacks on the network, how to handle them, as far as protecting the network, stopping the attack, who to notify, what to do after you have noticed an attack on the network. So, as I stated, I did take cybersecurity in college, and that gave me like so much information. It was kind of hard to sort out and figure out which way I wanted to go, whether I wanted to do certified ethical hacking as a penetration tester. But I got into cybersecurity because I wanted to defend networks. I wanted to prevent unauthorized users from accessing the network and things of that nature. But I didn't have a full understanding. I was given information, I was given tools in college, but everything still wasn't clear. And this network security course gave me the insight to which way I wanted to go. In college, they were talking about red team and blue team and things like that, and they gave me tools, but it still wasn't clear to me which avenue I wanted to take in cybersecurity. Yeah, so in the course, learning the the theory portion of the course was very exciting and interesting to me, to learn the things that I could do to protect a network. Um, Also, it helped me. I didn't know, a lot of the specifics as far as how you could protect the network with a firewall, or how you could use SIEM to protect the network. It just gave me a lot. I really, really enjoyed the labs because it allowed to theory. It allowed me to apply the theory in a real world situation. It gave me situations where the network was being attacked, and I had to figure out how to mitigate the attack. And then it taught me how to write a report once I found the attack and mitigated the attack, what was necessary. It just gave me, it brought everything together to make a full picture when it comes to defending a network. So, yes, I have applied things that I've learned in the certified network defense course in my real life um, job. So I do access control with passwords and things like that. So I help protect the network. by preventing unauthorized access into the network. Um, a real life situation the other day, I, when I logged in, I noticed that I had some emails at 1 and 1:30 in the morning saying, hey, I can't get into my account. Every time I try to log in, it say unable to log in. Why is my account like this? The first thing I noticed was that the email address was in Chinese writing. Then I looked at the other one, and that one had a weird Google email address. So I started looking into it, and I found out that these people were trying to hack into the system. And had I not taken this course, I would not have known, when I looked at the email, that something was fishy. Might not have known that students study in the middle of the night, so why didn't I just think that it was a student? They send emails from their personal email address. It just gave me like this eye to notice things that were not right and help me protect the network that way. So I'm very grateful and thankful that I took this course. It's a great way for anyone who is looking to enter defending a network part of cybersecurity. It gives you all the basic tools and skills that you'll need to move forward from here. Yeah, so I have taken the Certified Ethical Hacker course with EC Council, and that course was very useful and focusing on attacks, how attackers access the network, what is spam, what is phishing, what is whaling, what is spear phishing, and as I stated, how to identify a possible attack on the network, how they're carried out with Metasploit and things like that. So that gave me the red team aspect of cybersecurity as far as trying to get into a network. And that also provided labs and coursework that were very interactive and helpful in the learning process. That course told me that I wouldn't mind pen testing, but I really want to defend the network. I want to protect people's information, protect companies, organizations, assets. So that let me know that I needed to do a networking course. So I started looking at Networking Plus, and that was more so about building networks, about expanding the network, making subnets and things like that. I wasn't really interested in that, so I was like, hey, that Certified Ethical Hacking course from EC Council was pretty helpful. Let me look at their Certified Network Defense course. And when I looked at it, it was exactly what I was looking for. It focused on network defense. It didn't give you all of the fluff, because I feel like someone should basically be familiar with the network before they can defend a network. So that was very helpful in focusing on network defense, what an attack looks like, and what to do in the case of an attack. What's the first steps, the things like that. It was just very helpful for me. It simplified all of the content that I had taken in college. Yeah, so I did not get any other certifications. I took courses in college that pointed to Network Plus certification, and Security Plus certification, different certifications, but I had to decide on which certifications that I wanted to obtain, because certifications you have to pay. And I didn't want to pay for things that I was not going to use. The Network Plus certification, it gave me a lot about subnetting and things like that. And that was not necessarily the direction I wanted to go in. So I needed something that would focus on the material that would help me move forward, not just to have this knowledge that I wouldn't be applying. I'm not going to build a subnet. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to be a project manager or things like that. It just gave you so much information. It was just hard for me to narrow down which way I wanted to go. And the certified network defense course, it it brought all of that information together. It made it make sense for me, and it helped me to decide, and that I wanted to do network defense. I wanted to um, secure the network. I wanted to help make sure that the passwords were the right length and that they were changed in every 90 days, and things like that. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to write policy. I didn't want to do all of that other stuff. So this is where I am, and I'm grateful for the program that I've taken it. I think it is critical for everyone, even people who are not working in cybersecurity or the IT industry. So I caught the train the other day, and that's something I don't normally do because I drive. And while I was on the train, there was a gentleman who had just started working at a company. I won't say the company's name because I was privy to that information. This guy was on the train with his laptop working from the train. His laptop had the stickers on there with the company's name, his username, his password. Well, no, it had his username, the company's name, and it had a lot of information on there. From the conversation that he was having on the phone, I was able to go on social media and find him. There's pictures of his children. Oh, happy birthday to my son. So I'm sure I could have figured out his password. But that just speaks to how important network defense is. That guy had no idea that he had exposed that company's network to any and everyone that was on that train. So if he had any knowledge about network defense, companies give you a broad class on spam and phishing and things like that, but network defense is so much bigger and deeper than that. I think it's important for the world to have this information because everything is done on a computer, from virtual doctor's appointment to online banking. Just everything is done like on a computer, and you want to keep your information secure as possible to protect yourself and any organization or company that you may or may not be working with. Yes, I think that professionals in the IT industry should do the certified network defense course. People who work on computers are not always aware that there's a threat to the network. They're not always aware of how those threats are carried out. They're not aware on what to look for when working on a computer. For instance, as I stated, I got emails 1:30 in the morning asking, hey, help me get into the network. And that raised a red flag for me. It may not, click for someone who haven't taken this course, that I need to look at this and be careful with it. It just prepares you, and it's better to be safe than sorry. And as I've learned in every course that I have taken, the biggest weakness in any network are the people, the users. So it's most important to inform the users of the threats that are out there and how to mitigate them or prevent them from happening or, taking place, or ask someone unauthorized to access your network. And I mean, this is even great because, as I stated, people use cell phones. This course, taught me how to protect my cell phone, how people can attack a network through connecting through a cell phone, how people can use smart home devices to access your network, like a light bulb, a smart light bulb, or a smart refrigerator. They can hack into those devices and get into your network. It teaches you about using default passwords, which is an unsecure practice. It just gives so much information that everyday people need to know in order to protect themselves and their information and their identity and things like that. So, yes, I do believe that it is critical that everyone, not just IT professionals, but everyone take this course so that they can protect their information. So many identity thefts are going on out here, and people are not aware of how it's happening. They expecting someone's going to call them and ask them for their information, to steal their identity. They're not aware that using this simple password, using my name for my password, using these things can allow someone to get into your system and steal your information and steal your identity and just wreak havoc. And it's various different reasons why people are doing this. It's not just because you're rich. Sometimes people just want to cause a disturbance. It's so many reasons why bad actors want to get into your information, and people thinking, oh, it has to be a big company, or oh, I have to be rich. No, it's for smaller reasons than that. So it's important that everyone learn about network defense, because that's one of the main ways that bad actors steal information, lock down systems, and charge people ransoms to get their information back. It's just so many different things that's going on out here. And without this course, everyone in every organization is vulnerable to these attacks. I am now 50 years old, and my son passed away in 2016. I had many jobs. I was a bank manager, I was a surgical technologist, I was a paramedic. I did a lot of different things, but when my son died, I decided to find a career. I wanted to do something meaningful, and something that I enjoyed. So I did research, and I like protecting things, so I decided on cybersecurity. So I jumped right into school, and I got my associate's degree in cybersecurity. And it was so much information. I didn't know what blue teaming was. I had all of this information, but I didn't know the difference between blue teaming and red teaming. I didn't know which way I wanted to go, because there's so many avenues in cybersecurity. So I started looking at certifications, because in addition to a degree, you're required to have certifications to get jobs in cybersecurity. It's not a really easy field to get into. So I started looking at different certifications that the schools had recommended that I take, like Networking Plus, A Plus, Security Plus. And I started thinking about which way I wanted to go. I still wasn't sure, but these certifications were really expensive for me to go after and then possibly not use. I was referred to EC Council Certified Ethical Hacking through a company called Reasonable Tech Solutions. And the owner talked to me about that, and he told me it would give me insight. So I trusted him. I took the Certified Ethical Hacking course, and I really enjoyed it. It really brought all of the information that I had learned about ethical hacking and put it in one place. It wasn't just all over the place. It had the certified ethical hacking information all together, so everything linked together and it flowed and it made sense. Learning that, I was really excited, but I didn't want to do penetration testing or anything like that. So I started looking for more, and once I looked into the Certified Network Defense Program, and it focused on defending a network and not building a network and expanding a network and subnetting and things like that, I was really interested. So I read up on it, I did some research, and I decided to pursue the Certified Network Defense Certificate. And I'm really thankful that I did. It focused on network defense, identifying attacks, stopping attacks, mitigating attacks, firewall safeties, scene management, just so many different things. It gave me um, labs to practice and apply what I had learned in theory, on in a real life situation, on a firewall, things like that. So um yeah, I learned a lot. And once I got into that, I wanted to go back to the college where I started it, because as I stated, they gave me so much information and it didn't all come together. I wanted to go back to the college to try to help make this cybersecurity course a little more uh, better for the students, however that looks. But me having this certified network defense certification qualified me to get a job at the school working on their network. Yes, I would recommend this course for other people who are or are not in the IT industry. It is a vendor neutral product that will prepare you to defend any network system, not just specific systems for specific companies. It will prepare you to protect the network, to detect possible threats or tampering with the network. It will prepare you to respond to these attacks. It's based on the NICE framework. It's approved by ISO and IEC. It's accredited. It's accepted by the Department of Defense. And overall, it just helps you in your personal life to protect yourself, your information, and any company that you may be employed with or working with in any capacity.